Greetings fellow gamers, I'm the Soulsborne Seeker and I'm back with a new video showcasing 15 upcoming indie Metroidvania games you probably haven't heard of, expected to release sometime in 2024 or later. Before we start, as always, a kind reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying this content, since it will help me reach even more people and spread the knowledge far and wide. And now, without further ado, let's dive into it. We begin our journey with Delearnia, Fractions of Hope, a Metroidvania with a strong focus on narrative, puzzle solving and mathematics. You wield the staff of a young mathemagician, a boy that gets trapped in the otherworldly realm of Delearnia, a once welcoming place that has turned hostile. Now it is up to you to heal this world using the power of math magic, a craft that allows you to utilize mathematics in order to bring forth arcane power. Understandably, said magic is the unique aspect the game brings into the genre, which will require of you to solve mathematic problems and equations of varying difficulty levels in order to be able to resolve puzzles, cast spells, and progress through the dreamlike world of Delearnia, effectively introducing an educational aspect into its gameplay. Delearnia Fractions of Hope is expected to release on the 8th of August 2024 and has been confirmed for PC. Next comes Enkhirydion, a dark fantasy Metroidvania game that draws inspiration from the history of medieval Europe. You are Pedro de Triana, a brave knight who, after returning from the Crusades, finds his homeland ravaged not only by the relentless taint of the Black Plague, but also by a horde of demonic creatures that seem to be emerging from the bowels of an abandoned abbey. Armed with his sword, Pedro embarks on a quest to fight back against the unholy abominations while at the same time trying to uncover what led to this profane invasion in the first place, a journey that will lead him to the discovery of a mysterious tome known as the Enkhirydion, which is believed to hold the answers on how to end this threat within its pages. The game places a lot of emphasis on brutal combat, featuring frenetic battle sequences against monstrous enemies that will require fast reflexes and pattern recognition to be overcome. A 2-hour demo of Enkhirydion is expected to come out sometime in June of 2024 and will initially become available for PC via the itch.io platform, the link for which I will post on my channel's community tab and in this video's description once the title launches. Following, we have Plus Ultra Legado, a comic-styled Metroidvania with a Mesoamerican theme. The game's story transpires during the 16th century, at the time of Mexico's inception, and follows the complex encounter between Europe and the Americas. Plus Ultra Legado aims to offer a fast-paced moveset for you to traverse its world and keep momentum going, though its most novel aspect is definitely the inspiration it draws from the comic book medium. More specifically, various elements of the game are emulating the way comics are presented, including the map reflecting the structure of comic book panels, speech bubbles pointing to the speaker, as well as the art style itself. With many platforming segments to conquer and numerous enemies to beat, your journey across the world of Plus Ultra Legado is building up to become an exciting one. Plus Ultra Legado is expected to come out sometime in the first quarter of 2025 and has been confirmed for PC and Nintendo Switch.
Boss, we need to make a quick getaway. Sniper on the right. Down below.
Moving on, there's Legion of Judgement Fallen Angel, an action-packed Metroidvania with RPG and sim elements as well as a noir aesthetic. The world has been taken over by the powerful werewolf guild, and it is up to you to take them down. However, in order to do that you will have to build an army of your own, and for that you will need funding. It's a good thing that you are the CEO of a massive hotel, which can be a very lucrative source of income as well as the perfect place to rebuild and strengthen the Judgement Legion, your very own force. While Legion Legion of Judgement focuses intensely on stylized combat that, when mastered, will make you feel like an unstoppable meat grinder, it's really the sim elements that make it stand out from the crowd. More specifically, the aforementioned hotel will be a paramount mechanic of the game, and will require appropriate handling in order for you to make it profitable and manage to assemble the allies needed to take on the Werewolf Guild. The RPG element is another welcome aspect of the title, since completing missions will award you with better equipment to wield, making combat significantly easier. On an added note, our protagonist happens to have lost his memory, the retrieval of which will be a fundamental part of gameplay through the presence of the Mind Palace, an non-linear world inside your head that you will have to explore in order to recover your recollections, which will lead to the acquisition of new abilities. Legion of Judgement seems to be attempting the fusion of a variety of different genres which, if done successfully, could lead to a truly memorable experience. Legion of Judgement Fallen Angel has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS5, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Farther down the path we have Maseylia Echoes of the Past, a 3D Metroidvania game with a focus on platforming and exploration. You are lost within a techno-organic labyrinth and you need to escape. To do that, you will have to utilize a variety of different skills that will help you successfully overcome the numerous obstacles you'll find across your path, including abilities such as a 360 dash, a quadruple jump, and changing your state to pass through matter, among others. Of special note here is the game's cel-shaded art style, which gives the setting a lot of charm. Maseylia Echoes of the Past has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Going onwards, there is Meowphoria, a Metroidvania title borrowing elements from the dating sim genre. You embody a lonely game developer who finds himself lost in a fantasy world threatened by a terrifying being known as the Singularity Dragon. As fate would have it, you must face the beast, but thankfully you won't have to do it on your own, but in the company of 12 cat girls that you will have to find and befriend in order to make them part of your harem. The dating aspect of Meowphoria comes into play as you build your relationship with each one of the different cat girls, which will be necessary in order to be able to summon them so that they can assist you in combat and exploration. You will be able to have a total of 4 allies at your disposal at any given moment, introducing an element of strategy into the mix as you will have to decide on the members of your team based on your preferred playstyle, since they each bring a different set of abilities to the table. Meowphoria has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Continuing our voyage, there is Mother's Sword, a Metroidvania focusing on intense and challenging combat. You awaken from a deep slumber and find yourself in a dark world full of danger. You don't know why you're here, but you do know that you'll have to fight for your survival as you go up against brutal enemies and treacherous traps. Your path will lead you to explore this ruined realm, uncovering helpful collectibles such as enchanted amulets and spells that will make you more powerful, as well as collecting energy points that will allow you to unlock new sword abilities. Mother's Sword has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Coming up next, we have Ninja Brigade featuring Jonah Weingarten, a humorous Metroidvania game that boasts a protagonist based on a real-life musician. Jonah Weingarten is wandering the streets at night after a music concert, until an arcade hall catches his eye. He enters and approaches an arcade station called Ninja Brigade. Deciding to give it a go, he starts playing but is suddenly pulled into the game. Now trapped and made the protagonist, Jonah must traverse the demonic universe of Ninja Brigade in an effort to return to the real world. However, that will be easier said than done, since the setting around him has been infested by yokai and oni, spirits and demons from Japanese folklore that are out for his blood. To his fortune, he finds himself infected by their demonic energy but capable of controlling it, allowing him to transform into a more powerful version of himself and even the scales. Learning to balance your gameplay between Jonah and his demonic self will be of great importance, since Ninja Brigade will throw incredibly powerful enemies your way, including towering bosses that will require require all your focus in order to be slain. Ninja Brigade featuring Jonah Weingarten has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. A bit beyond there's Parallel Destiny, a Metroidvania title featuring a Sylvan theme. You are lost within a magical forest full of mushrooms and insects, and you must find your way out of it. Your path to freedom is filled with many enemies, but also potential allies that you will need to befriend in order to receive assistance and progress farther into the world and closer to your goal. It is of note that Parallel Destiny will allow you to control two characters, each one with their own advantages and disadvantages. Parallel Destiny has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Over yonder we find Reso-Seeker, a Metroidvania where exploration and puzzle solving take center stage. The game transpires within a resort hotel after Rena, our protagonist, wakes up and decides to go exploring. As she goes strolling about, she begins to realize that there's something odd about this place, which turns out to be more dangerous than anticipated. On her way, Rena will find many friends that will join her on her adventure, each one bringing new abilities into the fold. Reso-Seeker has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Onward, there's Sliding Hero, a fusion of Zelda-like and Metroidvania with an interesting approach to movement. After becoming trapped inside an opulent 1700s Venetian villa, you embark on a journey to uncover its mysteries and unmask your destiny. While Sliding Hero will feature numerous brain-teasing puzzles for you to solve, its true novelty lies in its traversal mechanic. True to its name, the game's protagonist is only capable of sliding across the ground instead of walking, bringing a new level of strategic thinking when it comes to moving around the setting. The game's world structure takes inspiration from classics like The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, but its exploration will be Metroidvania oriented, with each weapon and ability you acquire allowing you to further explore the world and access previously inaccessible areas. Sliding Hero is expected to come out sometime in 2025 and has been confirmed for PC. Then comes Tower of Midas, a Metroidvania title influenced by the Super Mario and Wario series of games. Here you play as Gunner, an ambitious treasure hunter that decides to storm a spire known as the Tower of Midas in order to obtain the treasures hiding within. Your exploration will have you obtaining coins and pillaging treasure chests for loot, as well as fighting against monsters and gaining new abilities to access the deeper parts of the tower. Tower of Midas has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Third from the end we have Toziuha Knight Order of the Alchemists, a Metroidvania with RPG elements that pays homage to classics like the critically acclaimed Castlevania titles. Prepare to experience the story of Xandria, an iron alchemist that goes on a quest for vengeance against the legion of demons and hostile alchemists as she attempts to obtain an ancient power for herself. Armed with her trusty whip, she will have to destroy countless abominations as she fights her way through diverse biomes, including scorching deserts, gloomy forests, ruined villages, and even underwater caverns, just to name a few. Aside from her whip, she will also be able to utilize spells that she will have to create by fusing a variety of different chemical elements together. An interesting aspect of this game is that it will be open source, and will give players the opportunity to design their own biomes which they will then be able to share with the title's community, allowing people to exercise their creativity. Another thing you may be interested to know is that this is a sequel to the well-received Toziuha Knight Dracula's Revenge that came out in March of 2022, the link of which I will include in the description of this video for anyone interested. Toziuha Knight Order of the Alchemists is expected to come out sometime in the last quarter of 2024 and has been confirmed for PC. Nearing the finale, there is Wolf Knight Memoir, a story-driven Metroidvania that features punishing combat and platforming. You awaken in an unknown world with no memories of your past. To make matters worse, you realize that you have been transformed into a werewolf. Blade in hand, you start on your journey to reclaim your memories and understand who you are and how you ended up in this mysterious land. Wolf Knight Memoir places a big focus on difficulty, with brutal enemies and treacherous acrobatic segments that will lead to your demise in an instant if not careful. That being said, venturing off the beaten path will be rewarding, since you'll be able to collect coins and gems that will allow you to upgrade your character and make you more efficient in combat and exploration. As expected from the genre, you'll also get to acquire new abilities such as the double jump, dash, and grappling hook in order to gain access to previously inaccessible areas and uncover the hidden treasures this world has to offer. Wolf Knight Memoir has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Finally, we have Faye Freelance, Rebel Reporter, a Metroidvania title that's all about the true spirit of journalism. In the distant future of the 2700s, America has been taken over by the genocidal president Captain Evil, who has branded all news as illegal and has systematically persecuted and massacred millions of people for producing, reading, or taking part in any action revolving around them. You step into the shoes of hard-boiled reporter Faye Freelance, who has continuously avoided death at the hands of the president's men and has made it her mission to overthrow him. To that end, she will make use of every tool at her journalistic disposal, including her magic pen and handy camera, to take on the legions of ruthless enemies the government will throw at her as she pursues justice. This focus on the journalistic aspect of things will be a standout part of the game, since your unique abilities will be based on the aforementioned tools, for example by finding unique new inks for your pen or new pens altogether in order to further explore the map and uncover new areas, as well as using your camera to stun foes with its flash, or snap pictures that may lead to new discoveries. Faye Freelance Rebel Reporter has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. What did you think of these games? Did you already know about them? Are you planning to try any of them out? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to point out any obscure titles you may have come across. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, Soulsborne Seeker out!